Time continues to slip away from me. I don't know if it's been days, weeks, or even years, but I've been trapped in this dream. I've been forced to witness the deaths and rebirths of countless worlds since the Ultra Wormholes first emerged. I seem to be uniquely linked to their chaotic energies. However, there is a new discovery. I decided that I, Aether Foundation admin Clade, would allow myself to delve deeper into these visions. Rather than fight them, I would dig even further, falling through hypothetical and dream states, wormholes. And while I believe that I may have discovered what I can only describe as the bottom of these visions, I quickly found that I was not alone. I first entered this mass black pit. Vision after vision, brightly colored worlds and places that I could never dream, some wonderful and others horrific. The darkness was terrifying as much as it was inviting, but I wasn't alone. These things, they aren't Pokemon, they aren't even Ultra Beasts, but something more. Something sinister. Their bodies appear to be a form of a hyper-evolved virus that has taken on the appearance of a Pokemon, but lacks the demeanor. They still strive for infection like any other virus, but now their evolved bodies appear to do so through invasion. They eat realities. I watched them tear apart the fabric that held one universe together, like a set designer cutting ropes to drop curtains behind the stage. Those within those worlds are none the wiser, but I knew. And now, they know that I know. I tried to escape back the way I came, falling backwards through the various worlds I'd meandered through to get there, but as I fell, I could see them off in the distance following, a hungry army that fed on the very curse that now plagued me. I struggled with what to call them. They don't fit into any of the known varieties of Pokemon or animal that I've seen. If you understand what these are, or could come up with a name to give these creatures, these bizarre monsters, let me know. Maybe that would allow me to accept what they are. I pressed on through various worlds, finding Pokemon that were both like and unlike other things that I'd seen. Bizarre and strange and sometimes beautiful creatures that pressed upon what I currently understand Pokemon to be. How they work, how they are structured. Some even had inspiration, it appears, from other worlds outside of the ones within my purview. Worlds where the rules were so vastly different. And yet, they were beautiful all the same. These visions have been a plague upon me. But at the thought of these monsters suddenly coming in and destroying them, I missed what was not yet gone. I wanted to save this world. I wanted to save all of them. I would have to come up with a plan. Some way of reaching out to these worlds that I hadn't thought of before. First, I thought about these legendary creatures from these other dimensions. Again, many of which shared similarity to Pokemon that I know, but were different in other ways. Reaching out to them was a null point. While they are powerful, I was a stranger to their world and couldn't fall under their control. Others seemed unimpressed by the problems that I was facing, claiming that the world that they came from had problems of their own. What I was dealing with wasn't something that they could bear on their shoulders, while also maintaining the structure of the world that was currently collapsing about them in different means. And then of course there was still Lusamine, out on the loose. I sought Pokemon that I might be able to add to my team. I found that some Pokemon can transfer between dimensions. These ones here had experienced the darkest day, and therefore had grown to have a vengeance towards their world's creators. I also came across trainers, some good who were hoping for a betterment to their world, and others who were the equivalent of their world's evil team. While all of them sought to try and save their own individual universe, it appeared that our wants just couldn't align, and so I had to keep moving. Some of these trainers even shared similarities to people that I know, and it was too much to handle. Abominations were abound in this multiverse. My visions allowed me to step into these other worlds and see what problems they were facing as well. And there wasn't a lot I could do. I even found worlds where one Pokemon's niche became that of another. Take, for example, a Sea King taking the place of a Gyarados, becoming this apex predator when the lack of an apex predator caused a purposeful evolution. Or a world where Seviper was completely wiped out, and therefore Zangoose had to fulfill both niches of the Pokemon. I even came across worlds where Ultra Beasts were just like any other Pokemon, and it filled me with a little bit of hope. Seeing how humans and Pokemon had adapted to the shortcomings of their universes was, well, it was uplifting. At least until I was reminded of the other opposition, this creature, the one that was still tracking me. By the time that it had come to my own universe, it appeared changed, as though it had fought its way through the various worlds that it couldn't eat, and chose instead to become stronger, battling it out against these various new enemies that it found itself up against, challenge after challenge, forced to adapt. Its numbers showed that while one would fall, the others would learn from the mistake and grow even more powerful. Stopping one meant making everyone that survived unstoppable until they got to the next world. And one would fall, and now they had all adapted to that struggle. They had become this odd bounty hunter type of Pokemon, something that was not just seeking me out, but seeking out new challenges. It was going through these worlds, adapting not just to eating them, but to becoming stronger against them, adapting specifically to take out each of these worlds. I tell you this before I go. Be cautious when talking of your world, when speaking of where it is that your Pokemon come from. You don't know who's listening or what's listening, what will happen once it gets there, what it will do to the creations and loved ones that you've found or manifested yourself. It seems to want them all gone. The only hope that I still find, and bizarre to say that there is still hope, is that if this creature exists, there must be an opposition to it. I said that I found this at the very bottom of the visions, the lowest point of each of these multitudes of universes, but perhaps there's something else that can stop it. Perhaps there's something at the upper echelon of everything. Something beyond even Arceus. Something beyond what we can comprehend. I'll have to keep going. Keep seeing the visions. Or this thing wins. I don't know what I should call it. What name best befits a creature whose entire existence is to wipe out existence? Let me know down below in the comments what you think. What name best fits this Pokemon and the other? And don't forget that during our Multiversal Drift, you can enter your artwork across various social medias, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, or the Discord link down below, which is the personal Discord of Thesterninator. While you're there, don't forget to join the community and become a part of this quickly growing group of people. We have one more month left of the drift, where this story will end. It sounds like they know where to find me. So I'll catch you in the next one.